Many people try to solve their personal problems by choosing to seek advice from others. Some look to their friends and family to gain a new perspective on their issues, while others may gravitate toward the more mystical realm and seek paranormal advisors in search of solutions. There was one woman a part of said paranormal group that was sought out by thousands around the country. Unfortunately for many people, she was not the best candidate to offer advice, they would soon discover. Let's take a look back at the interesting story of Miss Cleo and find out what actually happened. Psychic call-in services was a highly lucrative business before the turn of the new millennium. Often they would produce major profits yearly with their very shady business tactics. During late nights on television, infomercials was the primary source to garner interest and push the product being sold. Soon a larger-than-life talent would take the hotline business to much greater heights financially than ever before. Before the fame, while working as a theater writer and stage performer, Youree had conjured up quite the interesting character for one of her scripts. She would later get into the psychic business, using the Cleo character as inspiration on her new path. Harris would later be discovered by one of the bigger companies in the industry. Her charismatic and confident personality on screen would gain her lots of attention and several thousand fans. Viewers would call in with questions pertaining to their love life, wondering if they were choosing the best career path, and some calling for closure. While there were many tellers available to speak with for readings, Miss Cleo was the most requested by far.
If you have love questions, we have your answer. The ex-boyfriend is whispering sweet nothings in your ear right now, isn't he?
Yes.
He had some outside interest that really conflicted with the relationship itself.
Yes, he had somebody on the side.
Did you think that you were pregnant a couple of months back?
Yes.
You were, but you lost it, correct?
Yeah.
Don't let sex be the thing that wants to take you back to a familiar place.
Okay.
The ex is much better than the present one, you know. Did your face get hot? She got embarrassed. She had to go get something to drink. But if you want him to believe that it's over, then you got to stop accepting the booty calls at 2 a.m. in the morning. You understand?
Yeah.
I also see another individual who is older than you that is willing to help you financially. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Because that individual also happens to be very married, correct?
Correct.
Your reading will amaze you. Call now and try it for free.
She was extremely personable on air and often provided a form of motherly wisdom to the callers. She even had her very own catchphrase, which took on a life of its own.
Cards can reveal things that you will never see by yourself. Call me now for your free tarot reading.
Having thousands of requests to talk to Miss Cleo was great for business. The standard rate for a call was about $1 every minute. Money can add up very quickly when on a call regarding your future. Often many companies had strategies to drag calls out for the sole purpose of additional fees. Having Miss Cleo be the focal point of the network was paying off in a major way. Under her reign, the company would make hundreds of millions of dollars. But after years of making a substantial profit, the customer complaints began to pile up. Not to mention a large amount of skeptics concerned about the product continued to form. After several allegations raised regarding alleged shady practices, the network would be under fire. In 2002, the Federal Trade Commission would charge Miss Cleo's company with deceptive advertising, billing, and collection practices. The corporation agreed to pay a $5 million fine to the commission, and also refund those who were improperly billed, and they would forgive tons of customer debt. The alleged amount was around $500 million in total. During all the legal troubles the operation faced, Miss Cleo's true identity was finally exposed. Court documents included her real birthplace being Los Angeles and not Jamaica, as she wanted everyone to believe. Following the series of events, many people chose to label her as a fraud. Miss Cleo soon would fade into obscurity and become the punchline of many jokes going forward. Being exposed for the deception resulted in very few opportunities in the following years for the former star. At one point, Harris was even said to have become a recluse due to the backlash. At the age of 53, Harris would suddenly pass away after a battle with cancer. Miss Cleo still remains one of the most memorable personalities ever in pop culture history. What do you think about this story? Do you believe in psychic abilities and the paranormal? And were you a fan of Miss Cleo before she was exposed? Leave a comment below and let me know.